Combo Elves is back. You heard me correctly. No more of this pretending to be Maverick thing, and it's all thanks to Nadu Winged Wisdom from Modern Horizons 3. I am so excited to play this. Let's go check it out. This video is proudly sponsored by Card Market. This is Combo Elves, and I'm so excited to play tonight. But before we get into it, thank you to Velgrim for today's donation deck. If you're interested in seeing sweet combo decks here on this channel that I don't typically record, this is how you get them. Visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, submit your donation deck there, and voila, you get to see cool decks like Combo Elves. So Velgrim, thank you for your support. And the idea behind today's deck list is that it's using Nadu Winged Wisdom. This is actually a Testacular innovation. Testacular is an Elves player that works a lot on Combo Elves, and I think that this one's pretty sweet. So the idea is that Nadu Winged Wisdom allows you to create card advantage without actually drawing cards. So it gets around Orcish Bowmasters, which is a card that sort of killed the classic deck with Glimpse of Nature, all that stuff. So Nadu cares about your creature's targeting. Well, Elves happens to have some built-in targeting creatures like Quarian Ranger. You return a forest to your hand and untap a creature. Nadu puts lands into play like forests, and then you can untap creatures. You can only use this ability once per turn. And then you have Wirewood Symbiote, which returns an elf to your hand like the Quarian Ranger and untaps a creature. So that way you get more Nadu triggers. You have Bristly Bill from Outlaws of Thunder Junction that whenever a land comes into play, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, which means every land that comes into play off Nadu then triggers your Bristly Bill. That's a combo. So you essentially get two triggers. But there's one more really sweet innovation. So you have Gaea's Cradle, which makes a green for each creature you control. And then you have Elvish Herder. Yeah, we're going all the way back to Urza Saga for this one. It's 1 and a green for a 1/1 elf. You could pay a green and give target creature trample. So after you've Nadu'd a ton, you have a lot of green mana floating. You tap it, the Gaea's Cradle, and then you can sink a bunch of mana into Elvish Herder. And then you can pretty much finish drawing the rest of your deck with Nadu, and eventually you can play a Craterhoof Behemoth and then crush your opponent to death. Stomp, stomp. And that's pretty much what this deck list does. You do have a Torsten in the deck as well. It's essentially just a better Atraxa in this deck that you can find with your natural order. It also can put lands to your hand if you so choose with the Nadu. So we're more of a land-based deck than we've ever been before, and I think that this version of Combo Elves is pretty sweet. So I'm excited to play it today, despite the fact that it has Craterhoof, a known villain card. Anyway, that's my deck list. I hope you enjoy it. Well, not my deck list. That's my deck tech. I hope you enjoyed it. And let's go play some Magic. I'll see you in the first round. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, cyborg guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1. We've won the die roll, and today we're actually playing green cards. How wild is that? Alright, so we have Aquarian Ranger, we have Llanowar Elves, we have the Allosaurus Shepherd, we have double Nadu. So the problem here is we're lacking a forest for the Aquarian Ranger and a blue source for the Nadu. So if we drew a fetch land for a tropical island, this hand would be pretty busted. I don't think I'm supposed to keep it. I believe we're supposed to leverage the London Mulligan here. And by that, I mean go to 5 cards. Well, this is technically a hand of Magic the Gathering cards we will keep. We could probably put one of these lands on the bottom. And put Bristly Bill on the bottom. I don't know if that's actually correct. Play a first turn Hedge Maze. We'll put the Finned Horn Elves to the graveyard. So before we even begin, our opponent knows that Bryant Cook, known Storm player, is playing Finned Horn Elves. They have a Yavimaya and a Vexing Bauble. Well, that doesn't do much against us, so that's fine. Another Gaea's Cradle. We'll play Wirewood Symbiote and Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn. They play Planar Nexus for a crop rotation. Okay. So the way that Planar Nexus works with Phyrexian Tower is it has all the types, so the tower immediately makes 3 mana. It's pretty broken. And now they have 4 mana on turn 2. 4 mana, what is this? Kozilek's Command. Sure. You've got it. In her upkeep, I will fetch. We don't have another Hedge Maze to get, so I'll grab a Dryad Arbor. Draw for turn. The Sage Who Endures. I will play Gaea's Cradle. We're going to get in the red zone. Hiya! Swing for 1. We will pass. They play Maze of Ith. Okay. So it looks like they're stuck on 4 mana here. We drew a Quirion Ranger. That's interesting because I can pick up the Hedge Maze and get another Surveil. So I guess we'll choose to attack. Swing, swing. They don't use the Maze of Ith. Okay. And then I'll untap the Elvish Mystic, returning the Hedge Maze. We'll replay the Hedge Maze to get that Surveil trigger. Gaea's Cradle number 3 can go straight to the graveyard. They crop rotation away the Maze of Ith for another Phyrexian Tower. Besage Who Endures. 8 total mana here. They sacrifice 2 Eldrazi Spawn for 10 mana. Ulamog. So when they cast it, they can exile 2 target permanents. I'm guessing one of them is going to be Gaea's Cradle. And the Quirion Ranger. Yeah, that's devastating. I'm going to pick this one up. Our deck did not function in that game. We're facing Cloud Post. I kind of think that we might just want to resubmit here. I don't know if our deck actually gets any better if we sideboard. I guess you could bring in Besage to blow up their lands, but is that something we want to do? Like, I could have Besage the Planar Nexus that game. Maybe that's something I should have done. We'll board out the Craterhoof and bring in Besage. Let's try this. Let's try that again. We're on the play for game number 2. We have a Nadu. We have a Green Sun for Dryad Arbor. I suppose we'll keep. So this is a turn 2 Nadu, but I don't really have any way to target it. Not yet, at least. We'll play Tropical Island and Green Sun Zenith for 0. Okay. Green Sun on the stack. We'll grab a Dryad Arbor. Pass the turn. They play Once Upon a Time. And they find Planar Nexus. Basic Forest is what they play, though, and then they pass the turn. We find another copy of Nadu Winged Wisdom. Doesn't really help me here. We'll fetch, grab another Tropical Island, I suppose. Play the Bird Wizard. Pass. And it looks like on my end step, they're going to dismember the Nadu. The Nadu triggers and we draw Craterhoof Behemoth. That was the card I wanted to get with Natural Order, so if you've ever watched my videos, you know that I always draw the one of. It's just unfortunate. I recently recorded Cycle Storm where I could not stop drawing Blood Celebrant. I'm known to draw Gaea as well. Obviously, with this deck, we would draw Craterhoof Behemoth. I'm not a big fan of these single turn targets because I'm just bad luck. I mean, yeah, not really much else to say about that. A crop rotation, so now they can go grab the Urza's Tower for 4 total mana. Alright, what are you doing over there? The One Ring, sure. You've got it. We find Quirion Ranger. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Play the Besage. Play Nadu. Now we'll play the Quirion Ranger. We'll untap the Dryad Arbor, picking up the Tropical Island. Nadu will now trigger. We find a Green Sun Zenith. So this can get Elvish Herder next turn. They exile Elvish Spirit Guide. Do you have another Dismember here? They do. Okay, well, I guess if we go to a game 3, I should bring in the Sylvan Safekeeper. We'll grab a Hedge Maze. Get rid of Once Upon a Time. And we'll play Birchlore Rangers. Pass the turn. They lose 1 life to the One Ring. And now they draw 2 more cards. They play Cloud Post and Kozilek's Command. Yeah. Okay, maybe I should have brought in the Safekeeper. We drew our other Natural Order target. This is just evidence. Like, this is what I do. I don't know what the right play is here anymore. We will Natural Order, getting rid of the Birchlore Rangers. We'll grab another Nadu. Play the Tropical Island past the turn. I suppose I missed out on 1 damage. I could have used the Tropical Island, then attacked with the Dryad Arbor. They play Candelabra of Tanos, and now they draw 3 cards. They untap the Cloud Post and the Urza's Tower. They have a total of 11 mana here. Sowing Mycospawn, okay. They target my Dryad Arbor, and then they find Karakas. So Karakas is going to bounce my Nadu over and over again every time I try to replay it. Karn the Great Creator. Sure. Whatever makes you happy. And they find a Mycosynth Lattice. On the end step, we will fetch. Grab the Dryad Arbor. I don't know what draw we have that gets us out of this. I doubt it was the Wooded Foothills. We will green some Zenith for 1. Let's grab the Elvish Herder. Player land. Use the Herder to give Nadu Trample. Okay. And now they're going to use the Karakas ability. We'll let the Nadu trigger. Green Sun Zenith. We'll use the Herder to give Dryad Arbor Trample. Once upon a time. Give the Herder Trample, I guess. Quarian Ranger. Unfortunately, the Karakas is not going to happen. The trigger. We didn't hit any lands off that. Okay. We'll play Quarian Ranger. Untap the Dryad Arbor. Pick up Hedge Maze. Ooh, I can pick up Beseiju. Okay, that's actually kind of nice because that gives me an out to the... Their own Yavimaya here gave me an out to the... what is it called? Mycosynth Lattice. We will pass the turn. The 1 ring deals them 3 damage. They play Beseiju, which might have been a mistake because they could kill my Dryad Arbor. So that way I don't get double green. And then I can't Beseiju the Lattice. But I don't know if they're thinking about that. Waiting on our opponent. They're going to make some mana and untap their lands. Sowing Mycospawn. Well, I guess if they get Wasteland here, I messed up. I shouldn't have let this resolve. I should have made my 2 green. I might have just thrown this. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to win this game anyway, but if they get a Wasteland here, it messes me up. They find Glimmer Post. We're going to untap the Dryad Arbor, returning Hedge Maze, and now I'll make another green. They're going to exile my Dryad Arbor. They play the Lattice. Oh, does Beseiju not work from hand? No, it does. Is it better to kill the Karn or the Lattice? They probably have multiple Karns, but they only have 1 Lattice, and I don't actually care about the other Karn abilities, I don't think. Yeah, let's destroy the Lattice. They sacrifice the Eldrazi spawn for a Disruptor Flute, and now they can name Nadu Winged Wisdom. They name Green Sun Zenith. Okay, sure. No blocks. We draw a Llanowar Elves. We'll play the Hedge Maze, Surveil, put the Finhorn Elves to the graveyard. If I replay the Nadu, it's just going to get hit by Karakas again. Well, I don't know what else I'm doing here. We'll play the Nadu. We'll target the Nadu, returning Hedge Maze to our hand. Trigger the Nadu. We hit a Forest. And now we can play Llanowar Elves. Pass the turn. The 1 ring brings them down to 5 life. And now they draw 5 cards. 10 cards in their hand. They play another copy of Cloud Post. They use the Candelabra of Tanos to make even more mana. So mana is not their bottleneck here. They have 21 mana in their mana pool. Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, sure. I mean, you need a way to get rid of your own copy of the 1 ring here. Okay, they have another copy. And assuming that they sacrifice the old one, and they do, that is the match. I'll be honest with you, Combo Elves did not look very good in match number 1. I don't know if it was my mulligan decisions or what, but it felt a little anemic. Let's see if we can do better in round number 2. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Round number 2, we're on the draw. I think I'm going to keep this. We have a Once Upon a Time. I don't know. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't. Our opponent plays Tropical Island into Tamiyo. Sure. We find a Dryad Arbor. Let's try Once Upon a Time. If they want to daze this, you're more than welcome. And they do. Sure, you got it. We'll play Besage Who Endures and Allosaurus Shepherd. With the way Once Upon a Time works, there's no real window to play this card that makes it so our spells can't be countered and then play the Once Upon a Time for free. So I could have played Beseiju to like dissuade them from dazing, but I wanted to see if I could find a forest. Not that it was super relevant, but I wanted a forest so that way next turn Quarian Ranger plus Wirewood made more sense. And they play a Ponder. They did not shuffle on the Ponder. Scavenging Ooze. We'll play Birchlore Rangers. We'll make a green mana. Play Quarian Ranger. Play the Dryad Arbor. And then we can use the Ranger to untap, I don't know, Birchlore Rangers, picking up the Dryad Arbor. And now we can play the Wirewood Symbiote. Pass the turn. Another Ponder. You've got it. They attack with Tamiyo. Wasteland. Goodbye, Beseiju. Llanowar Elves. So I can make 2 mana, and then I could use a Wirewood Symbiote to make another by returning a creature. So let's make a green. Did I mess this up? Because now I think I have to return. Yeah, I needed to tap the Birchlore Rangers. Or I have to, yeah, I messed up. Can I undo? Yeah, I can, sweet. Okay, so now I can untap Birchlore Rangers, picking up the Quarian Ranger. And now we'll make another green. Play Bristly Bill. And then we'll play a Dryad Arbor. We'll play a +1/+1 counter on the Wirewood Symbiote. And now we're going to get in there and show them who's boss. Swing. Pass the turn. Ponder number 3. This time they shuffled on the Ponder. Tamiyo attacks. They get a 3rd clue token. I do not care. And a Wasteland. So they can destroy the Dryad Arbor here because I don't have a Quarian Ranger in play. It is in my hand. Elvish Herder does not help at all here. Let's play Llanowar Elves. And we can attack for 4. Pass. Tamiyo attacks again for a 4th clue token. Sure. Brainstorm. So now Tamiyo will flip over. And now the Tamiyo will finish transforming after the Brainstorm resolves. So +2, a creature gets -1 and -0 until end of turn. Whenever attack, well, no, it's all creatures. My apologies. Get -1, -0 whenever I attack them or a planeswalker they control until end of turn. They can -3 and return an instant or sorcery. And if they have a green permanent or green creature, no. Okay, so it's minus instant or sorcery. If it's a green card that they return, they draw make a mana of any color, and then -7, they get to draw half their library rounded up, and then an emblem with no maximum hand size. Natural order. Let's think about this. So if I play... No, that doesn't help. Play Quarian Ranger. Actually, could I have gone to 4 mana? I think I messed up. I might have messed up. I think I might have been able to get to 4. So this makes 1. I would have had 1 mana here. I untap, tap it again. That's 3 mana. No, it looks like I was still short. Play the Elvish Herder. They are going to fetch in response for a copy of Underground Sea. Fatal Push on the Symbiote. Not very nice. Okay. We'll attack the Tamiyo because now if they minus the Tamiyo, it will die if they try to get back the Fatal Push. Our opponent plus the Tamio and just passed the turn. Another Allosaurus Shepherd. We're stuck in a spot where I can make 3 mana again. Play another Allosaurus Shepherd. Let's play a Scavenging Ooze. With William, we will attack the Tamio. They flash in an Orcish Bowmasters. My poor William, my sweet boy. They deal 1 to Bill, and then they block with the Orc Army token. Okay. We are 1 mana away from glory. And by glory, I mean actually winning a game of Magic the Gathering with green cards. Okay, Tamio is up to 7. They play a Psychic Frog. Deck, I am asking you for a mana. I don't feel like that's too big of an ask here. No! Come on. So 1 mana off Llanowar Elves, 2, 3. We have 3.5 mana. We will use the Scavenging Ooze to attack Tamio. They block with the Frog. We'll activate the Ooze and exile a Dryad Arbor. They discard Force of Will. We'll make a green, activate the Ooze to exile Bristly Bill. They discard Spell Pierce. And we will use the Birchler Rangers 1 final time. Activate the Ooze to exile Wirewood Symbiote. They discard another Force of Will. Okay. It looks like our 2 creatures will bounce unless they discard the final card in their hand. And they do, it was Dismember. So my Scavenging Ooze will die. And our opponent is most likely about to draw half of their deck, so 21 cards. Yeah, I'm actually just dead here. Assuming your opponent has a single piece of removal in the top half of their deck, they can just kill my Elvish Herder, discard their hand. Oh no, they don't even need to do that. Because they could just give their Frog flying. All I had to do last turn was draw anything that made a mana. And our deck was not up to the task. Alright, I'm not going to make them go through this. I will concede. You don't need to discard all of those cards. Alright. We probably want the Sylvan Safekeeper. We don't need Craterhoof. Let's try this, I guess. On the play again. Game number 2. Sure, we'll try this. We'll play Basic Forest and an Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn. Polluted Delta. Gaea's Cradle. And then let's Green Sun Zenith for 1. And if this resolves, we'll grab the Allosaurus Shepherd. And then we can play Elves plus Wirewood Symbiote. They Force of Will the Green Sun Zenith. Okay. We'll just play another elf. Pass the turn. They pick up an Undercity Sewers. They Wasteland my Cradle. That was worst case scenario. I was hoping to draw a land last turn so I didn't have to play the Cradle, but oh well. And they have Dismember this turn. Sure. We draw a card we cannot cast. I will play Wirewood Symbiote. Let's attack for 1. Another Wasteland. Go for the throat. Sure, you got it. We draw a tap land when our opponent has a Wasteland in play. Not like this. Not like this. Swing for 1. Alright, opponent with 3 cards in hand. They play Tamio. Goodbye, Hedge Maze. Windswept Heath. So now we can go get a tropical island and try to play Nadu and pray that our opponent doesn't have Daze. Nadu Winged Wisdom. It resolves! Look at that. They attack with the Tamio. And then brainstorm it immediately. So they get the clue token and then I can't block and kill it. Sure. They activated the plus ability on Tamio, so my creatures will get -1, -0 until end of turn. We draw a Green Sun Zenith. Let's play it for 1. I don't feel like Elvish Herder is actually that good right now, just because I don't have a lot of mana. I think it's supposed to be Quarian Ranger. Tap for mana. Untap. Return the Tropical Island. We find a Llanowar Elves. We'll play the Tropical. Play the Llanowar Elves. And let's use the Nadu to attack the Tamio. And I can use Quarian Ranger on their turn as well to get an extra trigger if that's something we're interested in. I don't know if I had the ability earlier this league to do so, but it's something we can do. Another natural order. Let's Let's untap the Nadu, I guess. Might as well try to get one more trigger here. Dismember happens. Old Bristly Bill. I mean, I could just try to jam a natural order down their throat. Let's play the land so I don't lose the days. I think that's the more important thing here. I could try to set it up so that I could like play Nadu into Bristly Bill or something, but it seems a little dangerous to me while holding back the land. Target Elvish Mystic will return Tropical Island. Sylvan Safekeeper. Let's play the Safekeeper instead of the Bristly Bill. Green Sun for 0. I mean, this could be a day's target for them, but they don't. We'll pass. And they brainstorm. They plus Tamio, and they have a Wasteland. Okay. I'll play Tropical Island just so I don't lose the days. Let's attempt to natural order away the Dryad Arbor. We will grab Craterhoof Behemoth. Are we actually going to win a game of Magic the Gathering? Untap the Mystic. Okay, we did it. We've won a game of Magic the Gathering. I can't believe it. Let's try to win another one. I guess we keep. It has lands. Tamio is back. We'll play Burning Catacombs. Let's grab a basic. Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn. They attack and trigger to create a clue token and ponder. They play a hedge maze, so no black source yet. And then they get rid of a Witherbloom command. That's a good sign for me. Nadu! Alright, let's play Windswept Heath. I'm going to attempt a Green Sun Zenith for 1. Force of Will, Exiling Days. Okay. We will fetch. Grab the other basic forest. Let's play a Findhorn Elves. Pass the turn. They attack with Tamio, making another clue token, no blocks. And they brainstorm, so this will once again transform the Tamio immediately because you've drawn 3 cards. They plus the Tamio, play a Wasteland. We draw another Nadu. Quarian Ranger. We will fetch. Go pick up a Tropical Island. They draw a card in response. Alright, Tropical, blue, green, green for a Nadu Winged Wisdom. We will untap the Elf, returning Tropical Island. Trigger the Nadu. We find a Bristly Bill! William! It is so nice to see you. Alright, let's play the William. And now we will pass. They plus Tamio. 3 mana for an Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath. Okay. They have 5 cards in hand. Let's see what damage we can do here. Oh look, another Nadu. We'll play Tropical Island, Bristly Bill. Let's put a counter on Findhorn Elves. That will trigger the Elf. Oh, now we find a Wooded Foothills. Now we'll target the Elvish Mystic. Allosaurus Shepherd. So we get a couple counters here. We'll fetch and trigger the Nadu / Bristly Bill again. Let's start with a Hedge Maze this time. Actually, let's do the Hedge Maze first. And oh no, I had it the right way. I messed up. I had it the right way. We'll target Quarian Ranger. I wanted the ability to resolve first, but I got lucky and hit another land anyway. Target the Nadu. Oh, now this is pod racing right here. We'll target the Bill. Once Upon a Time. And before the Hedge Maze resolves, we'll fetch. Grab a Tropical. Target the Elvish Mystic. Natural Order. Hedge Maze. We'll put the Quarian Ranger on the bottom. Tap for a green. We'll play Allosaurus Shepherd. Use the Quarian Ranger to untap the Elvish Mystic. I guess I should have done Findhorn Elves because I think I would have gotten another trigger there. That was just lazy on my part. But I believe this game's over, so it doesn't matter. Natural Order, sacrificing. I guess I should tap the Findhorn for mana if I'm going to do that. I don't want to get rid of the Allosaurus Shepherd because that is making my Natural Order uncounterable. We'll grab the Craterhoof Behemoth. We have won a match. I did it with green cards. You said it couldn't be done, but here I am with a 1-1 record. Alright, match number 3 coming right up. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. For round number 3, we're on the draw again, and I will keep Chalice of the Void on 0. Alright, well, that's not going to be great here. Turn 1 Goblin Rabblemaster. I hope you're proud of yourself. Chalice 0. Ay, some people. No manners, no respect. We'll play the Verdant Catacombs. Let's play Once Upon a Time. Well, that stunk. We'll take a Scavenging Ooze. Fetch. Grab a basic. We'll play Green Sun Zenith. And then we'll go grab a Dryad Arbor. Pass the turn. Yeah, nice Chalice of the Void. Does it come in playable? Now they attack. We'll take 6 damage down to 12. Noble Ox. And they missed their land drop. Just tragic. It's almost like burning your hand to play a Chalice of the Void on 0 in the dark. You know, has negative consequences. Rabble. And they're swinging with the rabble. Alright, we'll block with the Nadu. We'll trade, and then I'll take 3. I feel like I'm in command of this current position. We find a Cradle. We'll play a Cradle. Play Elf. Play Elf. Tap for 3. Let's natural order sacrificing Dryad Arbor. This seems like a good spot for the Torsen, or whatever it's called, Torsen, because Craterhoof isn't lethal. It gives itself haste, but it doesn't give your creatures haste. So we'll get the Torsen. Torsten. We will select 6. I guess I shouldn't select them all if I'm going to discard one. We'll leave a Wooded Foothills, I guess. Go! Yeah, that's right, I win. Nice Chalice of the Void. Okay, let's bring in Dismember. I don't know if we want Force of Vigor or not. Let's try boarding out 1 Nadu. I just don't think this is a great Nadu matchup. Let's try bringing in the other Besiju. I'm just not sure about Force of Vigor. Because, like, it matters for Blood Moon, and I am on the draw. Alright, we'll bring in the Force of Vigor. It feels bad, but let's do it. I'll board out Once Upon a Time, because I'm bringing in a bunch of spells. We'll side out the Elvish Herder and the Scavenging Ooze. Let's try this. Okay, game number 2, we're on the draw. Isn't that a nice refreshing change? This is technically a hand of Magic the Gathering cards. Our opponent has kept 7. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this, like it doesn't do anything. Well, this hand loses to pretty much everything. If I had 1 land, this hand would have been a snap keep. That isn't Gaia's Cradle. I think we're priced into going to 5. Okay, Tropical Island on the bottom, and a Verdant Catacombs. Basic Mountain, Force of Vigor. We'll play the Foothills and pass. We do need to be aware of Fury in post-board games. That is a card that is very good against Elves. Ancient Tomb, Broadside Bombardiers. Okay. We're going to search out the Hedge Maze, get rid of Verdant Catacombs, Gaia's Cradle. We're going to fetch a basic forest and play William. Pass the turn. Whenever I think about Old Billy or William, I can't help but think of Westworld. Goblin Ringleader. So you're actually just straight up goblins? You're not Moonstompy? Okay. They put a Pyrokinesis. Oh, that was an actual hit for 0. Okay. Because the Simian Spear guy doesn't help them much either. I'm at 6. So they must have lethal if that's the play they're making. Play Bristly Bill. Oh, it's legendary! What am I doing? Ah, that's me shame conceding. I was like, oh, I'll play another Bill, and then I'll play the Dryad Arbor. It'll get 2 counters, forgetting that it's legendary. Ah, that was dumb. I mean, I don't think I was going to win that anyway, but that was just not a good Magic the Gathering move. Okay, well, now that that's out of my system, let's not do that again, and let's try to win game number 3. Nope. So I could put the Craterhoof on the bottom. And then this hand just like kind of makes elves slowly. I guess we keep and pray to draw natural order. Alright, Windswept Heath will fetch. Play Elvish Mystic. So we did see a Pyrokinesis that we have to worry about. Mountain, a weird pause, and then pass. A Wirewood Symbiote. We'll play Quirion Ranger. Play Birchlore Rangers. I mean, I think they have it. There's been this like awkward pause on every card. I'm about to get blown out. This hand doesn't do anything else, so other than lose to Pyrokinesis. And there it is. Okay, we'll make some mana, I guess. We'll play Wirewood Symbiote and another Symbiote. Pass the turn. I'm sure a better Elves player would have sequenced differently there to play around the Pyrokinesis a little bit better. But I was trying to maximize mana. And maybe that's the wrong move. I don't know. I'm not really an Elves player. They imprint Goblin Ringleader and a Rabblemaster. I'm going to kill the Rabblemaster here to try to buy time. It's not like these Wirewoods are doing anything anyway. Force of Vigor does not help me. Maybe I should have boarded them out after seeing that they weren't Moonstompy in Game 2. And the Broadside Bombardiers to follow up here is just devastating. Okay, well, we got smushed. That's what I get for trash talking after a Game 1 win. We are now 1-2. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Welcome to the Slugfest. We are likely facing death and taxes. I will keep. Our opponent with a fast mulligan to 5. Blooded Strand. For a tropical island. So it's not death and taxes. Okay. Sure. Even better. Another Quirion Ranger. We will fetch. Grab basic forest and play an Allosaurus Shepherd. Thank you to mulliganing to Force of Will. Your cards are not useful here. Get out. Get out. Mulligan to Force of Will. Not up in here. Nope. Aw, now they can brainstorm it away. That's tragic. Misty Rainforest, and another Shepherd. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is Green Sun Zenith for a Dryad Arbor, and then we'll play Quirion Ranger. Get in there for 1. Pass the turn. Meticulous Archive. So if they're playing the Anurag Das deck, it does... Ooh, Wasteland here is tough. It does have 2 copies of Terminus in it, which I'm worried about. But I don't think we're supposed to play around it. Okay, they did not. So I guess I will try to untap the... Maybe I should just play the Nadu first. Let's do that. Dress down. Yep. And now they can Force of Will, because the Shepherd isn't active. They exiled another Force of Will, though. Swing, swing. The Anurag Das pile placed 3 main deck dress downs, 2 Terminus, and a bunch of other stuff. Up the beanstalk. Sure. Old Bristly Bill. We'll play William. Untap Dryad Arbor, returning the forest. Play the forest, and now Bristly Bill will pump our Allosaurus Shepherd. And I think I want to play the Scavenging Ooze. Because if for some reason it's relevant, like a Mystic Sanctuary or something along those lines, or a Snapcaster, which they're probably not playing, but it could. So we'll play out this Scavenging Ooze. Pass the turn. Land number 4. The One Ring. That's unfortunate. I don't believe that was in Anurag's list. Green Sun Zenith. So I could go get Craterhoof here. Return the basic. Bristly Bill can pump up my Quirion Ranger. This feels so gross that I'm going to put Craterhoof in play. Like, I think I might actually be sick. This is disgusting. Oh, ugh, just awful. Alright. Pass the turn because all damage is prevented due to the One Ring. 3 mana. Is this an Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath? What's going on here? The Fairy Time Raveler. Okay. So they can bounce the Craterhoof? Sure. And they activated the One Ring in their main phase, which tells me that they're not playing the Terminus, because if they were, they would activate the One Ring on our turn. Now, I won't lie to you, I am not a math doctor, but I'm pretty sure our opponent's at 10, and we already have lethal on board. They fetch down to 9. Mystic Sanctuary for Brainstorm. I don't care about that. Yeah, and now they count up the damage and realize that they're dead. Okay, next game. I think we might want the Flusta Storms. We probably want Sylvan Safekeeper. Flusta. Like you're from Boston. We will board out Once Upon a Time. And maybe the Elvish Herder. Let's try this. Or I could leave in the Herder and board out one of the Mana Elves, but I don't think we're going to be able to combo kill the control deck very easily. Sure. Keep. Okay. They have revealed a Yorion Sky Nomad. Surprise, surprise, and they mulligan to 6. Windswept Heath. Forest. And we'll play Llanowar Elves. They pick up a Tundra. Taiga. And Ground Seal. Yep. So this is pretty close to Anurag's list. I mean, Anurag didn't have the One Ring, but people obviously can make changes that they prefer, right? That for a blue. Let's play Nadu Winged Wisdom. It resolves. Pass the turn. They cast Ponder. They did not shuffle on the Ponder. They fetch for a Savannah. Swords to Plowshares. Nadu triggers, hits a tropical island. Cradle. I like that one. I would like a second copy of Nadu, please. Aw, that one eats a Force of Will. Okay. We'll play the Gaea's Cradle. Let's tap it for a Wirewood Symbiote. Play an Elvish Mystic. And another Wirewood Symbiote. I could return an Elf here and attack. I'm not going to. Okay, they have 2 cards left in their hand here. 3. For a Philage Titan of Fire's Fury. So they're probably going to kill a Wirewood Symbiote, and they do. They have 1 card now. This looks like a pretty good spot for Torsten, or maybe even Craterhoof. Oh, and that just made it easier. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I think we're just supposed to natural order. I guess I can make a mana first. Hold on. There's got to be a better line here. Let's green some Zenith. X is equal to 1. We'll go and get the Allosaurus Shepherd. And that way it's uncounterable. And then we'll natural order sacrificing the Wirewood Symbiote. Maybe it's supposed to be a mana dork. I don't know if it matters all that much. We'll grab the Craterhoof Behemoth. And that's 19. So I can put our opponent to 1. Okay. Pass the turn. We've won a match. Alright. 2 and 2. 1 match left to go. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? The final round, we are on the play with Legacy Combo Elves. No. Alright, we will keep this in bottom. The Beseiju? Play Verdant Catacombs. Grab the basic forest. Bendhorn Elves. And we pass the turn. Volcanic Island. Tamio. Mishra's Bauble. I would really like to draw an Allosaurus Shepherd. I mean, that gets an Allosaurus Shepherd. Let's green sun Zenith for 1. We have selected Allosaurus Shepherd. We can now fetch. We'll grab the other basic. I know that we don't have blue this way, but it allows me to play around Wasteland. We don't have a Nadu right now anyway, so I want to guarantee the mana. I think that's the most important part here. Alright, they play Scalding Tarn. Now they attack with Tamio. They create a clue token. And then Brainstorm, it's so crazy. Oh my god, Tamio transforms. This is so unique and we haven't seen it at all this league. Sorry, it's a little late. I'm tired. I'm getting a little sassy, but this card is boring. It's not even that good. It's just boring. Like, in fact, I think Tamio is like middle of the road on the flip Planeswalkers. Like, it's not that powerful, but people seem to really like it. We are now going to return the Shepherd to our hand, untapping the Elf. Oh no, I did it the other way. No! This is my inexperience biting me in the butt right now. Did I really just do that? That was so dumb. Too busy narrating and talking trash and all this other stuff. That was stupid. I mean, I had this game locked up, and now a Force of Will loses me the game. Play elves, because that's what we do. And we'll just pass the turn. It's so dumb. No point in attacking, they plus the Tamio, so all of my creatures get -1. That was just silly. And by silly, I mean stupid. Because I could have crammed a natural order down their throat, and now I can't. So that's on me. They shuffled on the ponder. They still have 5 cards in hand. We'll play a Cradle. So if this gets Force of Willed, I'm going to concede and just accept that it's my own fault. Natural order. It resolved. We'll grab Torsten. So I could grab the Craterhoof. It's just not that good here. Yes, I would like all of the things, please. We'll play Quirion Ranger. And they plus the Tamio, so there's no point in attacking. Wasteland, so that's going to kill my Cradle. That's a little annoying here. The concern is that they waste me, and then play a blocker so I can't kill their Tamio, and then they draw half their deck. And there's the blocker. Yeah, I mean, this worked out for them. I mean, I'm still in a spot where we could win, but it's a lot more difficult than it should have been. Alright, let's play William. We need William to resolve, because we need to pump up our Elvish Mystic and our Quirion Ranger. We'll play Misty Rainforest, we'll put a counter on the Mystic, and they have an Unholy Heat. I will fetch in response. Do they have Delirium? I don't even know. Land, Sorcery, Instant Artifact. They do have Delirium. We'll put a counter on the Quirion Ranger. Actually, no, let's put it on the Mystic. So William will die. A brutal death. And now we will swing at the Tamio. Alright, so Tamio will take 2 here. Now it cannot ultimate. We will pass the turn. They plus the Tamio again. Chart a course. It's interesting. It's not a card you see very often in Legacy. They discard Daze. Play Polluted Delta. Lightning Bolt my Elvish Mystic. Yeah, that happens. We'll play the Gaea's Cradle. Blue. And then play Nadu. Go to combat. Attack the Tamio. Tamio triggers. My creatures get -1, -0, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to use the Quirion Ranger to untap the Torsten and trigger the Nadu. We find Shepherd. Play the Shepherd. Pass. They cast a Ponder. I can't believe I scratched my way back into this game. I thought for sure after the blunder on the Lightning Bolt that I was going to lose. Clawed, maybe that was the word I was looking for there that I couldn't think of. And the opponent concedes. Alright. Definitely not a Collector Oof matchup. Most likely a Sylvan Safekeeper matchup. I don't know if you really want Flusterstorm or Dismember. It's probably just a resubmit after that 1 card swap. Bristlebill. This hand is a big trap. Like, you have Tropical Island, Nadu, and Bill, but you don't have mana. We will mulligan. Keep this, bottom the Passeju. Volcanic Island. Tamio. We draw a Hedge Maze. We'll play Quirion Ranger, pass the turn. They're going to Force of Will Quirion Ranger. That's a choice you're allowed to make. And they have 3 cards left in their hand. They swing for 1. They get to create a clue token. Volcanic Island number 2. Chart a course. And now the Tamio flips. I mean, that was a pretty good interaction there. I mean, that is why it's in the deck, right? Natural order. We will Green Sun Zenith. I think I'm going to go try to get the Allosaurus Shepherd here. Green Sun Zenith for 1. Another Force of Will. Exiling Ponder, sure. 2 cards left in their hand. They plus Tamio up to 6. 3 cards remain. Play a Hedge Maze. Get rid of Once Upon a Time. We do not want that. Wirewood Symbiote. Elvish Mystic. If they don't have a Daze, they should crack the clue in response. Okay. You try to draw into one, but a lightning bolt will also suffice. Brainstorm in response. And the Mystic enters. Wasteland. Okay, so I still have natural order mana, but I lose the game if they can interact with natural order here, because next turn they're going to... Oh, they have the removal spell too. Alright, well, we'll concede because they're going to draw half their deck and then I lose. I'd rather just save myself some time. It's already getting pretty late. Alright, next game. I mean, I can't but wonder if Flusterstorm is better than Once Upon a Time. Let's try this. The final game of this very long late league. We have the Craterhoof. I mean, the rest of the hand is actually kind of fine. Like, if this was a 6, I would keep it. So I think we're supposed to keep it as a 7. We'll play Windswept Heath. We'll go grab the basic forest. Llanowar Elves. Pass the turn. Turn 1, Scalding Tarn. Basic Mountain. They bolted the elf. All the way back to Alpha Beta. Classic play. Natural Order, that's a good one. We will fetch, and I'm just going to play the Ooze. A Force of Will. Exiling Brainstorm. They're down to 4 cards left in their hand now. Misty Rainforest. We draw our other natural order target. Okay. We'll play Quirion Ranger. We'll pick up the forest. Replay it. And let's Green Sun Zenith for 1. We will grab Allosaurus Shepherd. Pass the turn. Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to get here. Like, am I supposed to try to get a Nadu? Like, it's just so bad. This is a really tough spot to be in. Brainstorm and a Ponder. Channeler with 2 cards left in their hand. We find Tropical Island. Well, they're not blocking, so we'll swing. Really? Okay. I am very surprised by that. Pass the turn. This appears to be a large Murktide Regent. Yep. 88 Dragon. I don't see us being long for this world. Misty Rainforest. We'll play it and pass. Okay, they play land number 4. Still 2 cards in hand. We'll take 8 down to 10. Chart a course. Ponder. They did not shuffle on the Ponder. And another Ponder. We will fetch for a Dryad Arbor, so that way I can at least cast the natural order, but we don't have anything good to get anyway. It's like Nadu or nothing. Alright, we'll put natural order on the stack, and I mean, it's really all we can do here. And it gets dazed. Alright, I'm going to call it there. So we went 2 and 3 with Combo Elves. Did I play perfectly? Absolutely not. That is not even close to true. That said, this deck did not feel particularly powerful to me, if I'm being completely honest. The Nadu targeting stuff felt really slow and clunky. Orcish Bowmasters is also trending down, so I think I would have preferred to play the old Heritage Druid Glimpse build of the deck, because I don't think Nadu actually solved anything. That's sort of just my opinion. I mean, I just personally have bad luck with one of tutor targets, like I always draw them. So... that is not a fault of Craterhoof Behemoth or Torsten. That is a Bryant Cook always draws bad one-ofs problem. But that's what I've got. Thank you to Velgrim for this donation deck once again. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and as always, keep storming. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. After you do that, open up our description where you can find all of our social media networks, including our Discord, where you can discuss today's deck in that Discord with me and tons of other combo masterminds. It's absolutely free to join, and it's certainly worth your while.